Hey, David.
We're good green.
We're online.
Hello, welcome to Family RPG. I'm David Leonard, your Game Master for Star Trek Adventures.
Of the Ancients.
Episode 5. But before we begin, for a point of determination, what happened last time? First with the episode name.
Yes. Disruptors at Dawn.
No,
Yes.
I wrote down as well.
Yes.
Did you take it? Go ahead.
Barbecue planet. Distress call. Dun dun dun. Civilian Klingon planet. And let's see, they were attacked. They had dilithium mines.
No more sound effects. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Ran out of sound effects. Couldn't
The
afford
budget.
Yeah, the budget. So we beamed down. Let's see, we fixed some power.
What do they do on this
Got a
planet?
description of the. They mine dilithium.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, a very pure version of dilithium.
It's the good stuff.
The good stuff, yeah. Anyway, so they were attacked by aliens. The descriptions aliens had tubes in their necks, but they didn't really know who they were. We found out the aliens had attacked from the woods, and then they ran back after doing some damage and killing a few people. So it's assumed that they would attack again from the woods. So our team set up some mines,
3 mines.
dilithium mines.
3
mines.
lithium-powered mines.
Yes, 3 dilithium-powered mines, and with proximity detectors on them, made of what was it?
They can only came out like one at a time anyways for each
Tricorders,
one. So,
yeah, something like that. Anyway, and we also dug a trench, which saved our lives.
Well, it caused
They
some
gave us
trouble
some
trying to get
cover.
out of the trench, but
yes, but it gave us enough cover to save our lives. So we were fighting, what was it, 15?
I think 12.
I thought it was 15.
15.
15? Oh,
Yeah,
wow, there you go.
15.
Well, we killed off 3 right off the start, though.
Right, 3 of them got killed right off the top.
So,
Yeah, so we were fighting 12.
thank you.
In a fashion. And we also had, I think, 4.
What were they?
Jim Hadar, possibly.
Yes.
I don't think we ever actually officially confirmed it,
They were jumping.
but they were Jim Hadar. Okay.
It's a suggested stat for them, and it's during the Dominion War, so. It makes
Okay,
sense.
yeah. So anyway, after a sort of a long, hard battle, and Matt jumping out of the trench and attacking them directly and killing them one by one.
We took some civilians with us.
And we took some civilians with us, yeah, and I think one of those actually died. The other 2 took some damage, but I think they didn't actually die.
2 of the 3
Two
that
of
were
the
with me died.
Oh, really? Okay. 2 of them died. But there were, 4 or 5 civilians? I've forgotten already.
5. You and each I had 1.
Okay.
And he had took the rest.
2 with disruptors.
Right, yeah, 2 disruptors. So anyway, eventually, after a bit of a fight, we were able to either kill off, and the last 2 beamed out, so we weren't able to catch them. And we called for reinforcements, because this planet needs to be protected. And that was it, that I recall.
Alright, point of determination.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I learned that I did have the 2 battle that I could have been using threat, getting an extra dice, and then getting some bonus momentum to do more damage.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize I had taken that one.
Coulda, didn't.
Yeah. I did change one up. Let's see. You had bold. That's another one you had? So you
I
can
have
reroll
not
1
taken
die.
bold.
Oh, well, how do you get to reroll 1 dice?
My reroll comes
'Cause
from.
bold does that.
You were
That
getting it
does
from.
that.
You were getting it from being a rookie, right? Or from being,
Hmm.
I think it was.
untapped potential.
Warrior Spirit. When targeted or make melee, and by one or more d20s by threat, can reroll the whole dice.
And what is that? Is that a talent? Is that a what?
It's a talent.
It's a talent.
Bold lets you reroll one die.
One die, yeah.
Warrior Spirit is the entire lot.
There's other ones that let you roll the entire lot too, I think. So, anyway.
I increased my insight by 1. Because Dynamic none of us have good insight, so.
Oh, that's good. So anyway, and I had one of my talents was I couldn't figure out where I'd gotten it at, so I threw it out and took the talent more power. So if I succeed on an engine task, we can add more power to our engine
Cool.
reservoir with momentum and get extra power. So,
Okay.
which would be very
Being
handy.
the engineer makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
Klingon Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to
Oh.
say it.
There's a
You need to say it.
What?
His reward for saying
I
everything.
did.
You just say that?
Yeah.
You did, yeah,
Oh, okay.
you did. You did.
I was just so engrossed in the storytelling.
So what's the
Okay.
mission?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight's episode: move and counter move.
Move and counter move.
Yes.
We're playing chess.
Could be checkers.
Oh, checkers.
Could be dancing.
Captain's log. We have been ordered to Rockhaven to show the flag and to determine the truth to rumors of valuable resources on the planet. I'm confident that the Federation, the Romulans, the Cardassians, and perhaps others have also heard the rumors and are sending ships to investigate. My crew is battle ready and on alert. We will defeat any challenge. Kapla!
Wow.
We're supposed
Whose
to
report was this?
put a flag there.
Rockhaven. What we
And
do?
The purpose of putting the flag there is just to claim it, or what?
See.
Whose report was this?
Oh, the captain's log.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do insight and science. Difficulty of 1.
11.
10.
Oh, let's see.
You lowered your science.
Actually,
so.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's 10. So
Yeah.
you're the highest now.
All right. So insightful. I gotta do it.
You go for it.
Assist? Okay.
Ooh, a 2 and a 3.
I failed. So, okay.
So you said difficulty
Yes,
1?
1. Rockhaven is located within the Triangle, an area of space tucked amongst the Federation, Klingon, and Romulan borders.
Ah,
It
okay.
is an independent world.
Not for long.
There are rumors of high-grade dilithium found on the planet, which has pulled several factions toward the Triangle.
And they just now discovered this?
Well, I mean, the people on that planet are like farmers, various groups of races that have no alignment to any of the factions that are nearby.
Okay.
So, these groups are trying to
Easy
make
picking.
trees.
Okay.
Well, at least in their various ways. Obviously,
Sure.
There's potential of other many races showing up for. Oh, there's money to be had. There's resources to be had.
Okay.
It's on the edge of Romulan and Klingon space.
It's an area of the Triangle. It's an area that is Federation, Klingon, and Romulan borders. It's close to all of them, but not actually part of any of them.
Ah.
So basically, we want to make an alliance with this planet, not necessarily conquering it, but at least an alliance with it. Use the natives on there. Prove to them that the Klingon Empire will be able to protect them, and use their resources most effectively. That we were better than the Federation, and that we're better than the Romulans. I mean, better than the Romulans. That's gonna be easy.
Oh, yeah.
They always lie. I mean, they're treasonous constantly.
So,
Okay.
pilot to Rockhaven. Difficulty is 0.
Yeah.
You got that listed off over there somewhere.
What, engine con?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
12 on the ship.
It's the easy thing to start off because it's always a 0 if you're
Yeah.
flying there.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was a
Okay.
1.
The last
Yeah.
couple we've done on flying to
Yeah.
places has
You'd think,
not
you'd
gone
Okay.
think,
well.
yeah, it should be. You know.
Okay, yeah, it's control and con.
Not for the ship.
No?
All up to you.
Okay, yeah, control and con, which I got.
Come on.
Yeah, 15. So.
Okay, certainly. Come on.
Yeah, 2 goods.
Good.
All right.
2. Yeah.
One more.
All right.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
need
get
to,
2 because it was 0.
Oh, it was a
Oh.
0. You're right.
Yeah.
0.
yes.
Right.
Landing party to beam
catch.
down. Difficulty of 2.
Okay. Let's see.
It's assisted by the ship's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The ship's whatever.
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure it's
Transporter.
sensors and engineering.
Okay, control and engineering.
Control and engineering.
So that's good. That's 16 for me.
Yeah, sensors
Ooh.
engineering.
Let's see. I'm going to spend a momentum
To reroll one.
to reroll one. Yes.
Uh huh.
All right. Two good.
9. No on the ship.
Oh, you
But
just
we
missed.
successfully got done.
Successfully
Bad
done. Yes.
Klingon dice.
Okay.
This little rust bucket. You know how to work it. So that's good.
Now, what scale is our ship? Is it a 4 or 5?
4. 4.
4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that can be significant in some cases. It can be old, but as long as it's big.
So before you
That
beam
big.
down, you are basically sent not a recorded message of state the nature of your arrival.
Okay.
All
The
right.
captain suggests shore leave.
Always. Surely.
Surely.
Yeah, we're not here to claim the planet. We're just here to relax.
That is claiming the planet.
Romulans, they really relax.
So when you beam down, you see sections of Romulans, Cardassians.
Oh.
The Cardassians are
The
here?
Cardassians are here. You got a couple Federation. You got a couple Ferengi, and they're all just arguing and bickering with each other. And there's a couple of the locals who are just in like kind of drab kind of leather clothes, just kind of staring, going like farmers' equipment, going, what even? And they look at you as like, are you here for the dilithium too?
Well, maybe.
Well, everyone else got here first, so.
Our captain told us shortly. So we're going to go with that.
You're the voice.
Yeah,
boy.
evidently.
The
Yes.
base. Yeah.
We're here to take advantage of. Not take advantage of. We're going to take it.
Take advantage of your resources.
Are you sure
No.
you're Klingons?
No.
Because that sounds like a Romulan thing to
No.
say. Even a Ferengi thing, maybe.
Oh, fuck. We're here to make use of your facilities. Recreational facilities.
Yeah.
We're farmers.
Well, okay, is there anywhere on this planet then? I don't know why we beam down here. He's the one beaming us down. Okay, who's the one that sent us the message then about why are we here? Obviously, farmers wouldn't do that then.
No, it was just discovered.
Yeah. Okay, well, who sent us the message then asking why are we here?
Oh, it was just the Federation.
The Federation.
Yes.
So it seems like they certainly have already
Oh, the Federation. Wow.
claimed this place, but fine.
They tend to do that.
Where do you go to have some fun?
There's some caves.
You have fun in caves? What do you do in the caves?
Oh, beyond mining, there's different.
You enjoy mining? Is that fun for you?
Oh, for some people, they whistle while they work.
Evidently. Are they dwarves?
Wrong kind of game. Wrong kind of game.
Fine. Do you have a tavern anywhere?
Why don't you do Presence in Command, difficulty of 1.
14.
All right.
As a player, I'm not good, but let's see if my character can do better. 2 successes.
Okay.
So I got a momentum. All right.
Yeah, momentum.
Thank you.
Also, using maybe persuasion. It wouldn't help me. I got
No.
close to 9, so yeah.
Yeah. He goes more into the matter at hand. That there are wildly divergent rumors about the dilithium mines, and that several names and species are rumored to be involved. Some say it's a Cardassian ruse. Others say it's a Ferengi tactic to destabilize the trading price of dilithium within the Triangle. Others suggest that a Federation agent is sowing disinformation. But nobody knows what's really true because they're all just arguing and fighting, bickering.
So the talk of dilithium mines could be fake?
Well, they know there's dilithium here,
yeah.
but the content and the quality of said dilithium and whose really jurisdiction comes across this, independent.
Or another independent, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they are part of this neutral zone kind of area.
Ah.
And normally it's a neutral zone just between Klingons and Federation or Romulans and Federation. This is the corner of everybody, the triangle, where it's like anyone could lay a claim, a stake, as long as the inhabitants are willing to let them have it.
Or we're willing to let the inhabitants have it?
Stabby, stabby.
They're not here.
True.
Well, okay. Anyway, well, maybe we need to see if we can get a sample of this dilithium, or maybe can we scan the...
At this point,
I
none
know
of the
that.
visiting groups are allowed to touch or reach the dilithium until an agreement has been made. Because if anybody went to it first, there would be an all-out war just between these factions.
Okay.
I don't know.
And the Federation is not trying to... They don't even have any phasers or anything. They are trying to keep the peace and talk and make considerations for things. And try to, like, maybe evenly distribute things, except for the Cardassians and Ferengi. They really don't care. But at least, like, the Klingon, they're willing to negotiate with you guys. Because
Can you put a
so-
cover for that batleth so they don't
It's for sparring.
It's rubber.
It's self-defense.
Yes.
Concealed carry.
What type of ships are in orbit?
Apparently everybody.
Pretty much. There's a not a Galaxy class, but Intrepid? Yeah.
It's kind of like that episode of Doctor Who, the last one with Matt Smith, where he's, on this planet called Christmas, and all the aliens have all shown up. You want to find out what this message is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. There's Ferengi Marauder. There's a Cardassian bait lord, fighter, and there's a couple of at least a cloaked Romulan warbird. But knowing about cloaking, it's like you're probably cloaked here too. Unless you want to, another thing you probably roll for. I mean, you didn't actually.
We didn't declare that we were cloaked.
Because you're already out, and already people can scan you if you want to cloak now.
People are there. We didn't cloak.
No.
That takes power.
The Romulans are still cloaked. Even though they're on the planet. It's like, we know you're up there somewhere.
Okay.
Well, you could try talking to each of the groups. Right now, the only ones who would really be willing to make a proper discussion is at least the Federation. You're more friendly terms with them at this time of history than anybody else. Although with the disagreement on how to fight the Dominion War, it's on shaky ground anyways. So if they're willing to talk to anybody, it'd be someone who at least is more agreeable. But
we could probably get some information out of them, figure out what they've discovered. They've got good sensors.
From what you just heard from the natives, the locals who have been hearing all this discussion, that each group is basically accusing the other one of this. Oh, this,
Sure, let's talk to this Federation. See what, especially since they don't have any weapons.
I mean, at this point, the Cardassians would be with the Dominion.
That's true.
Yeah.
Romulans are kind of hurting, and Ferengi are Ferengi.
The Ferengi are the least likely to get into this unless they're willing to bribe enough platinum and other resources in place of it. They're like, we have money, they don't.
We all have our forms of currency.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we approach the Federation representatives.
Greetings. How may we help you?
Kapla!
So what's the score? What's the story down here? What's the scoop?
They immediately
Practicing
point.
on phrase.
They immediately point to Cardassians and it's like, we heard about the attack from the Jem'Hadar on one of your dilithium mines. We're more than willing to share this with you, but the difficulty is all these other groups won't back down without a fight, and we don't want to fight. We're the Federation. We know you do, but as fellow members.
We're on
and
the
being
same
along,
side of the war for now, yeah.
We're on the same side
Yeah.
for now, but we can't just let this go without some sort of peaceful arbitration of either resources or they can go somewhere else. If you can find another planet, another alternative for them to settle on and not be so aggressive or violent we don't want to hurt any of these people. They can point, we don't have any weapons, we don't want any trouble. It'd be great if you guys didn't want any trouble, you'd point your bat, let's point the other stuff. It's like...
A Klingon unarmed is naked.
You would
Do you want to see a naked Klingon?
No, sir.
Well, then,
no.
stay armed then. Thank you.
Okay.
What have you been able to figure out with your sensors?
Making...
Yeah. That's fair.
Insight engineering. Difficulty of 2.
11.
I've got 12 on that.
Okay, I'll assist you then.
Okay.
And I'm talking, but you're listening in, so...
Okay. Ooh, I got a 1
I got a 2.
and a 7, so I got 2.
So that's 3.
Okay,
And
so you
3,
have 1
yeah.
momentum.
You said difficulty of 2?
That's
Yeah.
3.
That's 3. I've got 3 then.
Oh, so
because I
4
got
then.
A 1,
Oh, so
yeah, 4.
2.
So I get 2 then.
Okay.
Okay, back down.
You get the idea that although the Federation is willing to cooperate with you, they're not really sure of how much to reveal to you. So it's like they have information that the other groups don't have, and they don't necessarily want to tell the wrong people. So it's like they tell you that there is dilithium, they've seen it, and it's going to take some extensive work to get the rest of it out, but the hard part is making sure that the people here are safe. Like, whoever takes over, whoever agrees with this is going to have to provide a lot of firepower, a lot of protection to prevent the other groups from just barging in and taking it. And according to them, they think that the Federation is too weak, but that the only group that the Federation is willing to work with is you guys. But you have to deal with the Romulans and the Cardassians and the Ferengi, and it's like they have to spread their forces too thin, like Caesar,
Yeah.
I think we can make a deal with them. What do you...
I'm going to make the deal with the Federation,
The
you mean?
Federation, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to share. Yeah, to help them back up their...
I mean, it's certainly as long as we get the lion's share or the Targ share
Yeah.
to use. So probably
Sure.
Anyways,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we have them use their sensors to
The
figure out where it
Romulans
is.
overhear your conversation and call out. It's like, "Oh, there's Section 31. There's a plot behind this. Don't trust them."
And you spoke. I don't trust you.
Might as well be Tal Shiar.
And the Cardassians without the Obsidian Order, right? That's
Yeah, that's the
okay.
intelligence side of the Cardassians.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if they really have much at all to intelligence in or espionage, so to speak, with the Ferengi. So.
Well,
At least the Federation at this point, they aren't really sure how much firepower every other group brought, but that they are shorthanded, Klingons are shorthanded, and if they all decide to gang up together on the two of you, you're probably not going to succeed. So you either have to convince them, like offer them something else. Pretty easy to offer the Ferengi something else. Scan for another planet that has the equivalent or decent amount of other resources that they can perhaps is either uninhabited or perhaps is like filled with other dangerous creatures or something, a good fight of some kind that wouldn't inhibit or encroach upon a native species.
I say we try and convince the Romulans to go against Cardassians with us, because that shouldn't be too hard. Romulans suffered from the Dominion, and the Cardassians, well, joined the Dominion.
Yeah, yeah.
And who cares about the Ferengi? We can just blast them if we need to.
You also get the idea that the natives are leaning more towards the Cardassians just because of the massive firepower. In the Dominion War, the Jem'Hadar are winning. It is not looking good. And it's like, we'll side with the winning side, and who's going to actually properly protect us?
Well,
They're not going to fight us. They may enslave us, but, it's better than having,
that's another point for us, is we just finished off some Jem'Hadar on the previous planet.
True. Saving a colony of dilithium
At
miners.
3-to-1 odds, essentially.
Yeah.
But the fact that these are Cardassians, even though they are allied with the Dominion, the Jem'Hadar, they are still their own group. They still act on their own terms.
Yeah.
So if we
To
show
a certain
strength
Yeah.
and take out the Cardassians, we'll show that they're not worth it.
And the Federation are like, nobody should be killing anybody. There should be a peaceful negotiation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the hard part about this mission when I first read about it. It's like, are you expecting the Klingons to talk? Because that's this whole thing, description of like, you discuss and negotiate and offer things. It's like, that's not how Klingons work.
Well, I mean,
Well, they
they're,
do.
yeah.
To some extent. But it comes down to like pure enemies, like Romulans or
Yeah.
it more or less presents this
we're going to try and work with the
situation.
Cardassians or
It's like, yeah.
Romulans. We're trying to work with the Romulans. Is that what?
Well, you're suggesting we have the Romulans.
You're gonna like
Recognize.
seeds of discontent or some sort of. You're gonna add fuel to the fire. They're already got rumors against each other.
We lose reputation when we do that.
Using
Yeah.
deceitfulness. Which,
Deceitful,
I mean,
You gotta do this the honorable way.
yeah.
Oh, there's an honorable way to be deceitful? Okay.
Oh, well, then let's go talk to the Cardassians, and I'll end this the honorable way.
Yeah. There's always that, yeah.
No, you're saying that the Cardassians are working with the Jem'Hadar, and Jem'Hadar are attacking the Romulans? So, if we worked with the Romulans... Oh no! Oh no! Hello?
We do Samba there.
I really need to just go back to DS9, start
No,
at
but
the
I'll-
Dominion War, and go
I'll
through
make
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's
Okay.
good stuff.
Huh?
It's a long story arc, but yeah.
Best arc in Star Trek.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we're working with the Romulans or Cardassians?
We definitely can't. Man, both sound gross. I mean,
Yeah.
again, working with the Cardassians means working with the enemy. The Romulans, we
Yeah.
hate Romulans.
You're gonna
And
tick
it's
off the Federation too, and you don't want to take any group you partner up with is gonna. All the other groups are gonna hate you for it.
Well, again, it's not really partnering. Okay, like you said, partnering up with the Federation to a certain degree seems the most reasonable.
Yeah, we got to partner with the Federation. I mean, that's an obvious thing.
The governments have already collaborated to a degree, so I would think that to be reasonable there.
Would the Federation, what would their next best thing besides Klingons? Would they partner with Romulans or Cardassians, or would they even consider it? We ask them.
I don't think the Federation would really consider. I mean, again, the Cardassians,
Yeah.
we're still during the war. They wouldn't
Yeah.
make any deals with them. And the Romulans, we're I don't know if we've gotten them into the war yet, but like you said, no, you said they've already attacked.
Yeah.
The Jem'Hadar attacked some Romulan places.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, unless we want to somehow try to convince the Ferengi, who are the most neutral of all these races here, to convince the Romulans that the Cardassians need to be taken out, and so those two fight, and then we steal the Ferengi.
Yeah, let's
I
do
say
it.
we just run into the Cardassians in a bar, and as soon as they make anything we can perceive as an insult, we take them down.
There's always that.
That's my plan.
Yeah. And also, don't you have that as being one of your values of not taking any... or no, it was one of the honorable things. Did anybody
Prisoners or
well, not any prisoner, but yeah, did anybody dishonor you, and did you let it stand?
Exactly.
So you're tricking them into dishonoring you, then you attack them. Well, it wouldn't take much of a tricking, I guess, if they.
Could we try to maybe, I don't know, have the civilians here have a series of tests for us to complete in order to show which of our races is the most qualified to, and obviously we're the strongest, so, in order to deal with this. Which is the smartest race, which is the strongest race, I don't know. The best equipped to protect them.
Well, is that even what they're looking for? I mean, if there's a fight in their area, protecting them is probably a moot point because they're going to get destroyed between the battle, in the battle. So, they may want to more likely get the group who's going to avoid a battle in their area. Keep from having the battle on their planet.
Well, they're a target. I mean...
Yeah, well, yeah. But
whoever discovered that lithium is on here has made them a target.
It's in the equivalent of the neutral zone. What does that mean to all the races? They've decided, everyone's agreed that this is an area that we don't fight in? What? Like a no man's land or a no demilitarized zone thing or what?
This is just an independent world.
Right.
In basically
Yeah.
You get the idea that the Federation have already seen at least some of the dilithium themselves to tell you about this stuff. They very likely you could convince the locals to give you the same tour.
Yeah.
That they are absolutely refusing to give everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's like you have a chance.
Does that mean the Federation has gotten this tour?
Apparently. Yeah. Somehow without. That's why they're trying to
get there first, maybe, and that's how they got it.
Between that or being able to coerce them into privately guiding them without everyone else's knowledge. And it's kind of like they're holding their cards like everyone else is holding some set of cards in terms of how to claim this.
Do the names on this planet look like they're human, or some slight variation of human, just with kind of a mold on their face or something?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, well there you go. That's why they like the Federation so much.
Yeah, they got mold in there. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There is no description of what particular race natives are on here, but
that's irrelevant. Yeah.
Being on the border, it could be a mixture of Federation and Klingon. Federation is more than just that, anyways. It could be Bajoran or whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bajoran would make our life easier. We can get rid of the Cardassians real easy.
Yeah, they.
Yeah. This is Bajoran planet want to have Cardassians running it again? No. What a surprise! Okay,
but not specific. It's just a generic group of humanoid.
Okay.
We request to get the same tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been cordial this whole time.
Control command. Difficulty of 2.
12.
12.
Oh, that's good for you. I bet 12 also. I'll assist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some rectum real quick.
Okay.
All right.
That's a good one.
1 success.
I got a success.
Okay, 2 successes.
All right.
Yeah.
They wait till nightfall, and while everyone else is sitting at their camp, still arguing, the fact that nobody's actually drawn any fire yet is kind of like, mainly because the Federation is just like, hey, just talk this out.
Yeah.
Even though nobody's getting anywhere because nobody's agreeing to anything.
Okay.
They can't agree to anything.
So we get a sample, maybe, or just?
They take you through a bit of a tour of what they've dug up so far. If you want to do a reason engineering, difficulty of 1.
Reason.
I'll assist you on that.
Okay.
Surely you're qualified.
Yeah.
Engineer.
17 on that one. 1 success.
1 success. 2 total.
All right. One momentum. You're maxed out.
Huzzah.
So,
Okay.
you find the rumors are somewhat true. There is a small quantity of low-grade dilithium, though more extensive mining operations will be required to pull additional crystal. That the locals are reluctant to have their planet stripped down for parts.
Okay, so relative to the planet we were already
Yeah.
at previously.
This is
Right.
low grade,
Yeah, very
and
low.
that there
Low
might
grade.
be more,
Yeah.
but the fact that all of these groups are trying to
Yeah.
basically, they're gonna have to annex sections and displace people just so they can tear apart the land
Yeah.
to find
yeah.
what's left.
So logically,
the resources required in order to get it.
It may not be worth it.
Yeah, the Federation would probably be nice to them and respect their property and stuff, even though they may drill.
Yeah, the
deep.
Federation wouldn't dig that far. They would
They would get
try
all
to
they could,
influence.
They would take their time with it. They would.
Yeah.
But of course, Klingon High Command also wants to claim to this
Yeah.
stuff as well,
Yeah.
and the only problem is getting rid of everyone else without killing them and offending the Federation.
Uh huh. Well, the other thing we could do, I mean, since we
Oh, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
So low grade stuff here. There's not really that much on the surface. We have to dig a lot deeper to get more.
And
Okay.
the natives are worried
Yeah.
about them completely tearing apart the planet just to find the
Yeah.
high-grade dilithium that's potentially here.
if there is.
If there is, yeah.
And considering how we just came from a planet that had the good stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
well.
That is another bargaining chip. You can
Well-
point out somewhere that you can
Yeah.
trade the good stuff to get rid of some of these people.
Trade the good stuff. Well,
We don't want to trade it to them necessarily, do we? I
well,
mean,
no, but the other planet's in our space.
Yes.
So they're
Well,
not
it's
going
still
to-
the outreaches of your space, but it's still
Yeah,
space.
but it's in our space.
Yeah.
so
But you
we're-
know it's super good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good stuff, man. Yeah.
it's dilithium. It's not drugs.
Uh-huh.
Just to make that clear, everybody. Okay. Okay.
Yes, dilithium.
It's a fuel source for space vehicles.
And,
Except in Discovery when it all goes away. And what happened? The burn. What's the burn? A temper tantrum.
Literally,
just silly.
it's an alien that has temper tantrum and
Yeah.
destroys all the lithium
Yep.
in the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the Romulans are fine.
Probably.
Mhm.
Is that ever settled?
They use
I don't think
singularities, not dilithium.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't think they really talk about it.
Again,
Because
another.
they
Yeah.
don't research the past and see what's going on.
True.
They say like the spore
Yeah.
drive works, obviously.
Yeah.
And they do have like they have found pockets of dilithium. It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
And so it's like people are
Uh-huh.
trading it because of its rarity. It's really highly popular in the 31st century or
Uh-huh.
whatever when
Hmm.
the third season takes place. But this isn't Discovery, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably never have a game with Discovery, just because. It's broken. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so, well, you really can't tell everybody that, well, this is really not very good stuff, and you really don't want it here, because then they'd know you'd seen it, and they wouldn't let them see it. So it just upset people. So how do we let them know?
Because the locals know that if they
Yeah.
show just the low grade stuff,
Right.
and people are like,
They're gonna
well,
assume
they're gonna assume that it's going to take more effort,
Yeah,
and they're going to
yeah.
do whatever it takes to get everything they can. So
Right.
this planet has nothing left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is your move and counter move?
Uh-huh.
What are the Cardassians doing?
They are very aloof, very holding, not saying very much, just going around making stands and basically talking amongst themselves and various communications off world. But they are like even more deceptive at this point than the Romulans would be.
Mhm.
So it's just like they don't want to have any sort of diplomatic interference, but they do want to basically demonstrate their superiority and their might and their capacity to.
But they would have the hardest time trying to make the claim for it though, because like you said, it's the triangle
Mhm.
of Romulan, Klingon, Federation.
As far as borders go,
Cardassian.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
not,
You gonna have some fun with them?
Will it make the Federation angry?
We'll be defending ourselves.
Oh. Okay.
So you want to go to a local bar and see if you can sail one of their ships as a garbage scow.
At this point, these representatives are all keeping their eyes on each other. To the point where, unless it's like nightfall and you're resting, they're all just like, within scanning distance in terms of, nobody's going to just run off on their own and try to claim this without us or start a fight or negotiate. And everybody's got to be present for whatever negotiations are going on.
Did anybody bring a flag? We just brought a flag. There we go. Start now.
No, this...
I think the locals would be offended about that.
Oh, do they have a flag? Well, then too bad for them. That's the thing. You bring a flag, you got the power.
Capture the flag, huh? Yeah.
Well, you gotta bring your own flag.
Well,
like the Federation is more than willing to just share some of it with the Klingons.
Right.
Not with anybody else here, but
yeah.
if you can
Because we're on
help.
the same side of the war effort.
Yeah.
Not the Romulans, though.
Oh no.
Because let's face it, when the war is over,
Yeah.
they're definitely not keeping up any form of alliance.
Uh,
You just don't trust the Romulans.
uh,
Even Romulans don't trust Romulans.
well, gee.
We have honor, they have dishonor,
Yeah.
and they have different levels of dishonor, and that's what makes them better for between each other. It's like, oh, you're more dishonorable than I am. Oh, wow,
Wow.
you're so treacherous.
So now you know the truth, same as the Federation, at least as far as what the natives have
Yeah.
and what the planet really is providing. And how are we gonna please the most groups?
Well, okay, to go to the negotiating table, and we try and negotiate on the Federation side, and indicate that we're willing to share.
It's going to be a whole lot of like daring command, presence command kind of things.
Yeah.
Hopefully, more presence come in because I have slightly higher than that.
Yeah.
So the Ferengi are offering tons of latinum and other riches and basically trade commerce, which is
So they want to buy this stuff.
they want to buy it.
Well, we can talk to Ferengi into buying it from our planet, which is much better grade anyway. So, and probably it's easier to mine, so they're going to get it at a better price.
We already have an established
Yeah.
facility,
Right.
whereas here we'd have to, you'd have to provide the facility
so
itself.
the Ferengis are, they're moot point. So,
Well, you want to try and talk to Ferengi so they can
Okay,
leave?
I'll start off with the Ferengi.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Approaching them, yes.
Yes.
So I hear you're interested in the dilithium here.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah. That's why we're all here. Sure. We've seen it.
Have you?
It's not that great.
Oh.
Now we just came back from our planet. It's our Klingon planet, and it's got the good stuff.
Baruch.
Huh?
Baruch.
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 Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I erased that because it was last episode, and we already went over to the review, so I didn't need to know it anymore.
Daring command, difficulty of 1.
All right. That is one success.
Okay.
Oh, please tell us more.
We have our own facilities there, and we have some very high grade dilithium. In fact, we even made some. You dealt with the Jemadar, haven't you?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, we took out some of them with some dilithium mines.
Ooh.
Yeah, the best kind of mines. Very expensive. Very effective. No, not gonna be Trump Klingon. No.
No. Trump is a Ferengi, that's for sure. Trump is not a Klingon.
Yeah. I mean, we don't get into politics, but yeah, if he was me an alien, yeah. So.
Yeah.
How about you take your business over to Baruch.
Yes.
I'm sure that the citizens there will be able to make a fine deal with you there.
Excellent proposition. Beam up. to the Marauder.
Okay.
They beam away. Obviously, you're going to have to let Klingons at Baruch know that you have a buyer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just have them go over there expecting to buy something, and the Klingons are like, no.
I contact the captain and tell him,
Yeah.
hey, we made this deal. Be sure to tell our comm officer to communicate that
Mm-hmm.
to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, who's next?
Who's next?
I would think since the Romulans are in the adjacent space.
Yeah.
Now, it'd be the hardest to convince because they do
Yeah.
have as much of a stake as you or the Federation.
Yeah. But they also, I should think they would not want a war. Whereas if we're working with the Federation, it'd be a war between us and
The Cardassians are kind of like we will talk, and if you won't listen, the Jem'Hadar will make you listen.
Are there any Jem'Hadar ships in the area?
No,
Or just the Cardassians?
it's just the Cardassians right now. They're basically the peaceful side of the Dominion at this point. It's like, if you are willing to agree with us, we will negotiate. We might, if you're Bajoran, we will enslave you and grow the groups. And the Federation seems to be okay with that, which a lot of people are like, why are we?
Are we near
There were
the-
several times where the Federation allowed Cardassians to overtake a planet, just like
Yeah.
negotiations of like Native Americans losing their land
Yeah.
because, oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure, this is for the greater good. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Right. You want to deal with them first?
Do we talk with the Romulans and remind them, hey, remember what happened to the to your planet? I mean, it could have just easily been us, but it wasn't us. It was the Jem'Hadar, and the Cardassians are working with the Jem'Hadar.
Yeah.
So, how about we three deal with them,
Yeah. That sounds the best.
and then we negotiate afterwards? How about that?
Okay.
Go
ahead.
for it.
Negotiate with the Romulans. That's the logical thing.
Daring command, difficulty of 3.
Oh, anyone want to
You
assist
need
me on
a
that?
system.
Look at all of this.
There.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to spend
Take
like
3?
3
I have
to get 2
11.
more dice?
I have
Okay.
11 on that.
You said daring command?
Yes.
I got a 13.
There we go. And
Oh.
mine's
That's
12
13.
actually. So
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to spend the
Yeah,
3
man.
and get...
you spend the 3.
Sure.
I'll assist you.
Does psychiatry work? Wow.
I got a 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
So you got
we're
2.
gonna
Reroll?
Reroll this.
Mm.
We don't need a complication.
No.
Alright. That's 2 successes.
This is persuasion, right?
And you got
Yeah.
I mean, I already got rolled a 1, so would that make it?
Same thing.
Okay, so just okay. I got 2 successes.
You got 2 and I
Yeah.
got
Okay.
2.
So you got 1 momentum back.
Okay.
As, we seem to have a second viewer online, but I'm not sure who it is.
Okay.
Hello, whoever it is.
Hello. Mystery person. Anyways.
The other person's me downstairs.
Yes. Yes. So...
That should be your new name. Me downstairs.
Think called a spit personality. Yeah.
What exactly are you offering the Romulans?
Well, a share of the.
We will ensure the Cardassians
Sure.
do not get it, do not
Yeah.
have a chance for it, and keep it stable in this area.
Yeah.
This really should just be a discussion between the 3 of us: the Cardassians, the Romulans, the Klingons, and the Federation. The other
Yeah.
parties, they
have no territory.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They can see that point. They also don't want to tick off the Dominion.
But they also already destroyed some of your colonies.
Well,
I mean,
if they don't want to take off
Yeah.
the Dominion, they might as well just leave because if they try and establish something here, they're going to take off the Dominion.
Yeah.
So no matter what they do, if they work with us, if they establish it on their own, they're going to take off the Dominion. So they might as well just leave.
Is low-grade dilithium really worth it?
Worth it, yeah, yeah.
You're going to tell them that?
Yeah.
Well, tell them that.
You're going to tell them the truth. And it's like, it's
Well,
the low-grade dilithium. You
Yes.
might have to, yeah.
again,
Is this worth
Klingons
it?
really shouldn't be that deceitful at all. You know, it's
No,
like
right.
Yeah.
we're brutally honest.
So the Romulans is like, well, they're lying to us? We're the ones that lie.
I mean, there may be something really, really deep down there, but it would be even worth getting to. There are other planets
And
with
again-
more accessible dilithium.
Like, it seems at this point is like the locals are just trying to get the best offer they can by claiming it's
Yeah.
high grade.
Yeah, yeah.
So wait,
Yeah.
are they accusing us of lying?
No, they're accusing the locals of lying.
Well,
They wouldn't believe us being lying because we're Klingons. We don't
This is
lie.
not
They-
the Federation. We are not tricking people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially Romulans.
Right.
yeah. But the point is,
I really want
They have a lose-lose.
Lying.
They're frustrated with the locals by saying it's like
Yeah.
we're fighting over this and it's not even worth fighting over.
right? But I mean, if they're worried about the Dominion, then they're done either way. If they work with us, if they work alone, the Dominion's not going to be happy. Are they going to work with the Cardassians?
Who are already working with the Dominion?
Who are yeah? Are they going to? So that's the Romulans. That are they going to work with the Cardassians? Because that's the only way.
No,
they're
they'd
gonna-
rather die than let the Cardassians have it.
Right.
Well, then you'll probably die then too. So.
So they might as well just leave because they have no win situation for them.
Either leave or help us deal with these Cardassians.
Yeah. Because you'll have to deal with the Cardassians no matter what. Okay. Can they see
If
the
they
logic
did
in
it,
that?
it'll only make the Dominion
mean-
more powerful.
They should see some logic. They did have a spur that became a logical race.
Hmm.
Mm.
Any kind of roll for making this? Or we already made a roll earlier.
Yeah, did pretty well.
Or is that just succeed in talking with Imperius?
We will help prevent the Cardassians from creating it, but we want 20%.
20%. Well, what's the Federation say?
Yeah, true.
Well, 20%.
We'll wave them over. They want 20%.
Actually, 20% isn't. I mean,
20%, but you help provide mining equipment,
30%.
and you have to provide labor.
20%.
These are farmers. They have no idea what they're doing.
That's all right.
I mean, they can't even lie to us well. I mean,
20%, you're just supplying equipment with no worry of being attacked, no worry of having the work done. You're just providing material.
and using Romulan equipment, reading that.
Fine.
20%.
At this point, like the Federation are pretty much offering like exocomps, because exocomps are like perfect at mining and intelligent and able to harvest them.
Right.
Yeah, but get something from the Romulans.
Okay. So Romulans gonna work with us
As long as they get 20%.
then. Okay.
I mean, 20% of diluted
Yeah.
lithium, anyways. It's not really that much of a loss to
Well,
us.
I mean, in
As we step
theory-
away and say this.
In theory, if we count it as four parties, the natives, the Klingons, the Federation, and Romulans, each person could get 25%. It'd be even. 20%'s not.
Well, the natives
not
have no
unfair.
use for it, so yeah.
Yeah, but,
They just want the
but they could sell
profit
it
from
to
it.
someone else themselves, but they really couldn't because they're sort of selling it to us. So
What are the natives hoping to profit then? I guess aside from just like protection, are they wanting like technologies, or
Probably
like what level of
protect-
technology are they at?
Protection, assistance, they are pretty much
they probably expect to
mostly
get,
agrarian. They
get
are on this planet. They don't really have any space travel or anything.
Mm.
But they do recognize like communicators and scanners and tricorders.
They don't have
Yeah.
warp technology?
No.
We can kick the Federation out of here by their own rules!
Ah, they shouldn't interfere.
We don't care.
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't interfere.
All right.
Yeah.
Too late. Federation's already stuck their foot in.
It doesn't even officially say what. Assuming they
Yeah.
would have warp technology then at that point, they just don't really go very far.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just stuck here. They've been here for many, many generations, as long as they can remember. And it's like it just happened to be, these territories are just popping up between all these other larger groups, and it's like, where do we fit in all of this?
Okay.
The fact that they've been able to remain independent, the fact that at least the Federation is willing to let them maintain, whereas these other groups are probably like, you're part of our space now. They really don't want the Klingons to say, you're part of Klingon space and no one else can have it.
Yeah. So 20% sounds fine.
Well, okay. Depending on what things each party is providing, they're providing the resource itself
Yeah.
and the land.
Yeah.
We're providing the protection, I gather. Then
Yeah, I guess we're protection.
the cloak ships and the the troops in order to defend this place.
And the Federation is providing the tools to get it.
Well, the Romulans renegotiated for them to provide the tools,
Some
mining
tools.
equipment.
Yeah.
I gather the Federation would be.
Providing the labor.
They have people.
You
They
said
have,
there
like I
was
said,
Romulans are providing labor, their own labor.
No,
No.
Romulans are just providing material.
Yeah, the tools.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, machine.
You tried to negotiate more, but then they wanted more,
Right.
so you didn't want
Yeah.
that.
The
Okay.
Federation is just trying to keep no single group from just taking it for themselves by force.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even though we were kind of sent to do that, but
yeah. Well, not necessarily. We're sent to plant our flag here.
okay. It didn't say that we
Get
couldn't
our
have
cut.
other flags as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So they would be the arbiters of
Yeah.
who gets what.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
The Federation would be okay
Okay.
because they love to do that kind of thing anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Treaties, negotiations, trade.
Uh huh.
contracts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the Ferengi would be in contracts, but yeah,
Yeah.
we already
I
negotiated
already told
something.
them, yeah, they didn't need to be
Okay.
part of this. It's not.
All right. So, do you want to talk with the Federation or do you want to talk with the Cardassians?
Well, as a Federation, we can talk to Federation and see if they agree that the
Yeah.
Romulans can get the 20%
Yeah.
and provide.
They're a little leery about the Romulans, but
You know.
as far as the 20% goes, and it's like, we're doing this and then we're done.
They're
Kinda
providing
like-
the equipment,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah.
they'll probably be sending a supply ship in order to pick up what's made.
Yes.
Obviously,
and
as long as you Federation you
Uh-huh.
Federation people,
Uh-huh.
keep proper records of
Well,
what's
how much is
processed.
mined, and it's going to be a very slow process. They're not going to
Yeah.
like drill into the land like crazy, like any of
Yeah.
these other groups
Yeah.
would, or even
Yeah.
perhaps.
Well, I'm
Klingons
sure.
would.
I'm
Yeah.
sure the
I'll check
Romulans
this,
will
yeah.
have a person to monitor, some way to monitor that they're not being cheated. So they won't just rely on our paperwork.
And not knowing how to the extent of
Yeah.
what that 20% is, if they do end up slowly mining and there
Yeah.
is higher grade stuff, are they talking about 20% of the lower grade, or as soon as you find higher grade stuff, 20%
But
of that?
of what is
Well,
found.
Yeah, 20%
Period.
of whatever is found.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you get to the higher grades, it'd be 20% of that.
Well,
I mean, it's a
Why don't we negotiate with the Federation that
you know.
we will provide the protection
Mhm.
and ensure these farmers understand how to be able to defend themselves. If the Federation's willing to be a on-site mediator and ensure that all this deal goes through, correct groups get it, basically auditors on site, and they can build a small facility, and for their part they get 20%.
Okay, so that means we still get 60%.
I don't think
No
it's that
one's
way.
getting a full
I
share.
don't think we're going to get away with over half.
Well, the locals would end up getting
Yeah.
10% in addition to what they're already selling, so they can make more profit.
Yeah.
Would we also want to provide maybe some of our own engineers? Because obviously, if we know of a planet that has, good dilithium, we obviously know how to process it well. Would they be able to, provide efficiency for processing it here as well? Basically, make an extra branch from that location to here.
We bring in a dilithium refinery equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Or should we allow the Federation, because they can probably refine it better, and they do auditing and refinement, while we provide labor and defense?
Mhm.
Oh, labor from us instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We assist with the labor, the training, because they're not going to know how to run everything, and Federation refines it and gets it a better quality.
Okay.
And by refining it, they could slow down the extraction process if they so choose.
Mhm.
Make it safer for their environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to convince the Federation to go with that plan?
I
Roll something.
I've talked pretty well with them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be say
Presence. Should
Yeah,
be
presence. Well, sometimes it's daring, but otherwise.
Not for the Federation.
Alright,
That could be presence.
Yeah.
Presence command difficulty of 2.
All right. 14. Are those both cocked or not?
No.
Okay. 15 and 18, so it's not successes there. Unless I spend at least 1 momentum, I'll reroll 1.
Yeah.
Anybody wanted to assist me in this?
Okay. Let's
Presence
see.
command, I'm an 11.
I'm
19 now. No, even worse.
Ouch.
Man.
Let's see. Presence command. I'm at 8. So no.
Alright. Well, I got 1.
Okay, maybe we overplayed
Do you
our.
want to
Huh?
use determination to get your part? And
Might as well use it.
Sure, I'll use up my determination to give me 2 on max, 2 successes.
and that gives
so
3.
there we go. Okay. Hopefully I don't lose a limb over that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm determined for the
Okay.
sale to go through.
Obviously.
Yeah. All right.
Otherwise, there's just really no point to spend your determination throughout this whole thing. So it's like,
Indeed.
you got 1,
Okay.
you got 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we determined with the Federation
Yes.
that we should get 60%. Each of them get 20%.
No.
What?
No.
What? That's what I determined for.
No.
What did they approve of
You
then?
said 10, someone said 10% for the locals, so that would make
What would the locals do with
that
it?
would make
They can learn to power it from all the new
Yeah.
stuff they'll be getting.
That's true. So
Yeah.
50% to us. Okay, that's fine.
50%. Wow.
We're providing the most amount of resources, being
We have to provide defense with our ships, which
use dilithium themselves.
right, and also we'll have to encounter the most dangerous if anyone comes.
We're essential workers, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd go like 30 Federation, 30 you, 20 to them, and 20 to the Romulans.
20 to the natives. and-
Yeah, not 20 to the natives and 20 to the Romulans. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
it's not much goes to the Romulans. Okay.
If you got the Romulans agree to
No, no,
20%, they're pretty impressed by that. But it's like it's got to go to the natives, and the ones that are putting the most into this are the Federation and Klingons.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Fair enough. All right. How are we gonna deal with these Cardassians?
That's gonna be the hardest part. They are not gonna leave without a portion, and nobody wants to give it to them.
Yeah. So you know what we need to give them a portion of? Our fists. And by fists I mean his bat lift and our phasers.
Do
Our
Cardass-
The
disruptors.
Federation's immediately like, we have enough issues fighting them and the Dominion. They point to DS9 kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
we're still on tenuous ground trying to keep the space station out of the Cardassians' hands.
Mhm.
Well, simple. I just need to intimidate them then.
Well.
Point that we have 3 fleets in front of them.
Uh-huh.
Are going to go against all of their ships.
They only have 1 capital ship in orbit.
That you can see.
Oh
They
yeah,
don't
Cardassians
cloaking.
have cloaks too.
They don't have. Well, it was the Tau Shiar that had, not the Obsidian Order that had a limited number. Not
Yeah.
it wasn't their whole fleet like Klingons and Romulans.
Okay.
True.
So
Could be changelings involved in all this too. You don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should go do a blood test on the Cardassians. Give me a minute, I'll go find out.
A lot of the groups, at least that are still here, are just like so paranoid of so many possibilities, you know.
Mhm.
And it's like there's even some groups who are like, well, what if the Borg come through? You know.
Uh-huh.
We could just
Well,
dominate the sun and make it all go away.
That way nobody gets it.
Exactly.
What was that red stuff that they used in one of the?
We don't have red matter.
Red matter.
No, that caused the Kelvin timeline. We don't need that.
No.
Trilithium will do just fine.
Oh, okay.
True.
Uh-huh.
And Klingons barely know how to get to that. Apparently.
Yes.
The Duras sisters.
Mhm.
The sisters.
But you know, the Klingons don't deal with them.
True.
By this point, they're dead anyway, so.
Yes.
Mm.
But we're aware of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're well acquainted with other disgraced families. I mean, what?
I'm pretty sure, I guess, that DS9 Dominion War takes place after Generations, right?
I would think so.
Because it was first contact the
No.
Enterprise E, and they had the Defiant flying in.
Generations destroyed the Enterprise, and
Dominions hadn't been talked about yet, so.
Oh.
yeah, but the Enterprise was in the Dominion War.
Well, which one? There's been doesn't have it.
Enterprise D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The one that gets destroyed in Generations.
Yeah. So it had to be after, or very late to the point that it wasn't in there.
The Duras sisters are dead. The Enterprise blew their ship.
Either way, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Fire.
Or
Yes.
they're not relevant.
True.
Right.
All right. Anyway.
Okay. So, I'm obviously the Romulans aren't going to be able to intimidate them, and the Federation are too cowardly to. So, we need to intimidate
Ask
these
them to leave.
forcefully.
Nicely, and then if they don't leave, then forcefully.
Well, I mean, forcefully with words, and then forcefully with edge blades.
Get out!
Get out!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the stabbing motion. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So we asked our captain the captain of our ship to fly behind the moon, cloak, and then come in for the. Just a way to cloak without looking like you're obviously cloaking.
Oh, I
We're
ran the
hiding.
moon.
We're hiding.
Where'd they go? They must have warped away.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why would they leave their people behind? I don't
Weird.
know. Wow. You know, I mean,
Ah.
such an old ship, too. I mean,
Yeah.
how could they...
Did the Federation also talk with the natives then in order to make this agreement that they agreed with this too then?
They're willing to do this as long as we can safely, peacefully remove the violent groups. It's like they really don't want to deal with the Romulans either, but
Well, those Romulans have agreed to not be violent in this case. So our trick will be to pull the Cardassians away from the planet so that there's no bloodshed on the planet while we're.
How
taking care
close
of
is the nearest Cardassian base?
I don't. We wouldn't have information on it. I mean, let's try. It'd be pretty far away. I would think if this is a triangle with only three.
here's an English map.
They have a Klingon map?
On the front side, yeah, it's all in Klingon.
Yeah.
Nice!
Yeah.
I mean, it's cute and all, but usefulness of it.
If you want to look at exactly, you see Rockhaven right in the middle of the book there. That's where it is. Nice that what they mentioned is on this map, so we got to figure out what would be nearby that would be better for them.
See, the problem is,
Yeah.
it's going to be way over here.
Yeah.
'Cause this is Beta Quadrant.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Where's your Star Trek one?
The regular one.
And do you have the big map?
Big map.
It came with one.
Star map.
Yeah, I think it's on the other shelf back here. Let me go get it.
Because we could always cause an emergency there that makes them leave.
There we go, big star.
Hey!
I think actually it's the same thing though, just really big.
Oh, it is.
Good
Oh,
one.
Cardassians though.
Cardassian shows up. Okay.
So, United Federation. Here's Sol. Oh, this Federation. Okay, so this is essentially. Okay, that's very interesting.
Where's this triangle?
Deep Space 6. Triangle's here. And it doesn't show Rockhaven on this one.
Because probably not relevant to that book, or
Right.
is relevant to this one. It's right in the middle, as you can see on the.
There's Cardassia. That's the Briar Patch.
Hmm.
Starbase.
Oh yeah, point to the Briar Patch. That way they can find that planet with infinite youth and yeah.
Federation already took care of that.
Not yet, I don't think. That happened well after. If you're suggesting the Enterprise D was still in this, then the Enterprise D hadn't fought with First Contact and all those other things yet. Which means that splitting timeline hasn't occurred yet either.
Okay, so there's the Badlands.
So the hard part is like referencing Enterprise with Archer is referencing that alternate timeline. Because the Borg and other things that they come across didn't exist until after Picard fought them in First Contact.
How the heck did they get over here
Yeah.
through all of Federation space?
The original suggestion for this group, because it's set in the original series, would be the Orion Syndicate. But they said, use Cardassian stats. I'm like, well, if I'm using Cardassian stats, and we're in the Dominion War, we're using Cardassian.
Yeah.
So where's Orion in all that?
The Orion Syndicate.
Unless they're no longer a thing in that map, it might just be the next-gen map. Although it mentions a spot next to the Briar Patch where the Kobayashi Maru lost. 2245.
I'm still trying to find DS9 and such on here.
Okay, Orion appears...
There's DS9.
Okay.
I see Orion is next to Tau 1 Eridani. It's definitely Federation midsection. It's another blue blob to the left of the Paulson Nebula.
Tau 1. Okay.
And
There's
next
Orion.
Orion, yes.
I mean, either way, either one of those factions would not be able to transport it through Federation space
No.
with... well, yeah. Not especially during a wartime. They're not going to get through this.
No. Like the only
You
reason
mean they're
that
not really here.
No, Cardassians are obviously within Federation space. It's just a matter of there are ones that are more sided with the Dominion and ones that are, I guess, more negotiating terms. You know? Because how would people like Garrick or Gul Dukat have any footing within DS9 or the Federation if they were that entrenched, that allied with the Dominion?
You're at war with their government, not with their people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody other race are you going to kill.
Well, I think we just need to point out to them they can't get this at all through there to where they need to go because they can't take it through Federation space. No way are they taking it through Klingon. Klingon won't even get them in the right direction. I'm sure the Romulans will let them through.
Apparently, Space Station K7 is just below the Briar Patch. Deep Space K7. Oh well.
Do you think we can talk them out of taking it at all?
It's going to be a daring command difficulty of 4. 4! Yeah, this ain't going to be pretty.
12. You establish we all 12 on that?
I got a 13.
Oh, yeah, 13. Okay.
You could add threat.
Well, yeah, I think I'm going to just add threat for this and...
Well, I can still assist you, right?
Yeah. I'll add 3 threat to...
Alright.
I got 1 success.
Well, 1, 2, 3 successes with a complication.
Can you re-roll the complication?
Yeah.
I would, but it could be more fun.
So we convince them that they
All
want to
right,
fight anyway?
I will spend
I know you want bloodshed, but...
Okay. 4 successes here.
And 1 here.
Hey, we got 1 back.
There you go.
Alright.
Disaster averted.
Well, we can't really go back to the Dominion empty-handed.
You still have your hands.
But they're empty.
Could not
We
have
heard
hands.
you talking to the Ferengi. Perhaps we can have a share of that other planet's dilithium.
If you're willing to pay
Why would
for
we
it.
share with Dominion lapdogs?
We are not lapdogs. We have taken out several star systems.
Man, whenever the Jemadar, or whenever the terms, the leader of the Jemadar,
Founders?
the founders,
Founders.
come yelling, you come up barking. Do the thing for Hubbard as well.
I'm trying to figure that out along with everything else right now.
Is he alright?
He's just asking to access Apple TV through his account.
Okay.
Maybe we should take this fight outside.
We're already outside.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Okay. They should be good.
Because Brace were pointing out that, like, okay, they're surrounded by their own enemies. I mean, maybe at least the Romulans, but still.
They'd never be able to get their ship home.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless they find know where a wormhole is.
So she shows tuck their tails between their legs, go away.
Or we can assist them with performing a Cardassian neck trick.
There you go. There's always
Just a
that.
full 360.
Or at least a 180.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that more.
But they're used to looking at the founders' backsides.
Because they're lapdogs and they sniff
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
All right, enough of that.
They're like, fine.
Between insinuating that they're in danger right now and that this is this isn't worth the planet isn't worth it. And we just don't like them.
They are saying we will leave, but we can't guarantee the Dominion won't strike anyways. So watch your backs.
Make sure to bring at least 5 to 1 next time.
Maybe more.
It was supposed to be that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we better set up some sensors around the planet to sense if anything else comes in.
Yeah, the Ferengi have already warped away, but say what? Oh, that totally worked. Yes.
DeLorean?
Oh, they just sent me a picture of the authorization code. It's all I really needed to authorize my Apple account to work on their road.
Oh.
Yep. Worked just fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So, mission accomplished. Let's drink to it, the occasion. Oh, by the way, name's Maltz.
It's not really
Like
shouting it
a
out
liquor?
in combat.
Okay. Well. Okay, are we going to leave the planet? Where's our next destination?
Well, you could help setting things up.
Well,
It's going to be a
okay.
couple of engineering checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Control engineering. Difficulty
Is
of
there a
2.
work track for him to help set that up?
I hate work tracks. There might be a work track showing up eventually. I'm kind of sort of thinking
I'll
one
assist
later
you.
on.
Okay. I got 2.
I did not. I was so close.
Okay,
but no.
you matched, so you were able to
Okay.
set up at least some sort of initial build.
Yeah.
Of course,
Okay.
the Romulans are still bringing in troops. They have not troops, but bringing in supplies and equipment and things. And Federation also bringing in extra workers and training. And the fact that you're all working together, and the fact that the Cardassians still haven't left orbit yet.
Well, we're keeping an eye on them. Our ship is, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should be up on the ship at tactical if Cardassians haven't left yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny that.
I'll go up to the ship. You guys.
Okay. Yeah, we'll maintain whatever we need to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone on the ship to beam me up.
Yeah, beam.
Beam you up.
Only
Okay.
2.
2.
Sensors engineering for
Sensor?
the ship.
Transport.
At this point, you could all beam up at the same time and initially set things up. It's just a matter of
Yeah,
what you
I'll
want
be
to do
off.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
Whew.
Technically, I got 4 because I got underneath my.
What
And
was
I have
your
transporter as one of
so
my.
4, 5 total successes?
That's a 3 momentum.
Yeah.
That's a full track.
All right.
Okay.
You might need it.
Yeah. All right.
Should we hoping up hailing frequencies and
Hail.
hail? Get the hail out of here. Tell the Cardassians to get out of here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like you've been rejected from this planet. Get out now.
See what they say.
You send that message.
I guess daring and command, difficulty of 3.
Whoa.
Okay.
Do you want me to assist or?
I could use the assist, yes, and I'll use 1 momentum to re-roll this one.
Not with me.
That's 2 successes.
I did not get a success.
How about I spend my determination to
Get a 1.
give him 1? Yeah.
Okay. So give us
Okay.
4 successes. So we give him back a momentum, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said we just need 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
They warp out.
they work out. Okay. I guess they didn't want to have a fight with everybody against them.
No, it seems at this point that they are, by their ship, outnumbered to.
That was our point the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You are surrounded. We're not the best ship, but there's more than one.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do have the best ship. It has proven it time and again over 100 years.
Is it really the same ship as before?
Well,
Are you bringing up the whole axe handle thing?
Yeah, Axidal, Theseus ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have so many refits, is it still the same ship at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I can communicate to Klingon High Command. Tell them what we have been able to negotiate, the terms and conditions. Need to send at least 2 ships here in our patrol.
They are somewhat disappointed that they don't have a larger claim.
We also made the point that there really wasn't that much yet in order to claim. So
That you already have Bartuk as a far better supply,
Yeah.
full command of Klingon.
exactly,
Yeah.
and the fact that the fact that there are fewer resources here, the fewer resources we ultimately need to provide for it.
And we got more than the Romulans.
Indeed, we have one of the Romulans.
That is always good.
There we go.
Would be better if they didn't get any, but
Yeah.
We can deal with them after the Dominion.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Like, yeah, there was a lot of things and suggestions of like threats of violence or credits, but not actually following through with it, like digging and if you're suggesting that they would even be devious or direct in your efforts, and it's like, I don't know if this mission was as good as the previous ones, and in fact the next one is very similar. It's also about dilithium mines, just outside of Klingon space.
They have no new plot ideas on
no,
this.
it's like 3 of these in a row about dilithium. I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, we'll go through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So end of the mission.
Not a discussion.
Yeah.
I guess I have bookmarked it this time, so
Appreciate
I
that.
Go straight to. Was your mission victorious?
They were disappointed, but we succeeded.
We didn't lose anybody. Not that that was a big deal for Klingons.
Did you positively use one or more of the adventures? None of these have specific dictates, so you can't really get anything from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you obey the orders given to you by your superiors. You did your best.
We
We did a flag, yes.
Yeah.
Did you condemn the dishonorable acts of others?
We mocked the Cardassians pretty well.
Mm.
Did you
And
kill
short
any of
China
the
the
orders?
Romulans,
You did
too.
not kill any of the orders.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
sad about that.
Did you declare yourself so your enemies knew who they faced?
Yeah, you did.
It doesn't say that that's just being during combat.
There weren't really our enemies other than across the negotiating table.
I mean, there are enemies elsewhere in the battlefield, so to speak. Culturally.
You were not injured or slain, so
No.
your mission wasn't a failure. You didn't challenge one of the adventure's dictates. You weren't disobedient. You did not allow an insult to yourself, your ship, crew, or house to go unchallenged.
We made insults, if anything.
Would have loved to get insulted by the Cardassians.
You did not cheat or break a promise. You did not allow the dishonorable acts of another to go unchallenged. You did not take prisoners. You didn't retreat, relent, or surrender. You didn't employ poison. You didn't kill those who could not defend themselves. You didn't seek to undermine your foes before attacking using stealth, deception. So you only have 3 dice for this.
Yep.
Since you didn't really get much positive, you didn't get any negative, but let's see.
I didn't hit any of my values.
Big shoes to fill. Do you think I used that kind of value there? Did I just try to do most of the talking? To a degree?
I'd say so.
I don't know.
Talk to the
You earn 2 glory,
Do glory. Alright.
Lord.
which if you don't spend it now,
You
which
don't
there's not really a whole lot you can spend it on.
Not-
Let's see.
How much to improve house?
Improve house is.
Right now we have 9 influence, 8 might, 7 wealth, 4 reputation.
Okay, each house has legacy. House advancement. But all those involve at least 5 glory.
Oh, of course.
So, with only 2, you may not be able to spend it on anything. It's just going to go away because you can't spend it
Right.
away. Then yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. Unfortunately, this mission just doesn't really lend itself to
Glory.
glory. Yeah, you're just kind of. It's a good thing to
Two.
do,
What's the lowest glory thing there is?
We've already, you and I have already
Three.
taken the order of kit.
everybody is already taking
Yeah.
pre-stock. That's their cost.
Christoph, right.
Yeah.
If you are a commanding officer, you may spend 1 glory to commend another main character in the group. This counts as 1 extra positive influence in the character's reputation roll. It must be done before that character rolls.
We haven't been really doing individual reputation.
No.
No. What? See, there's only 2 glory. Is there anything at all for 2 glory?
Just the one thing you already have.
Oh, that was it.
That's it.
Okay, because we always like this.
So we need to slay some more enemies soon.
So what we really should have done was use that 4 that we had, using
Yeah.
something that you takes 4.
You
and
may
then
spend glory to
kind of
obtain
this.
a favor from an NPC you encounter during the adventure. It costs 1 normally, but the cost increases by 1 if the NPC is not a Klingon, by 1 if the NPC commands a starship, or has similar status, or 2 if the NPC is an admiral, general, or high-ranking figure.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Use this glory before the next what?
These were Federation ambassadors. Getting
Yeah.
favor from them would cost 4 glory. Getting favor from an engineering officer on a Klingon cruiser only costs 1. But since you weren't dealing with any other Klingons,
Well, man, I thought you
What about a favor from the Romulans? Or the Ferengi?
Does that mean you carry this glory over or what?
No, you're owed a favor.
You're owed a favor.
Having a favor with Ferengi can always
Oh.
get some interesting things if we can't find equipment.
you can
True,
spend that
true.
2 glory on getting a favor from the Ferengi you negotiated.
Do you want to put that
All
down?
right. Certainly. All right.
Of course, I don't have a name for that Ferengi, but
Sure,
you
sure.
know, it's
Yeah. I mean, okay. Remember the episode where, or it's the scene where Picard's, trying to contact a Klingon High Council and gets like the subservient
Oh, yeah.
secretary essentially, and says, "Oh yes, I need a cloaked ship. What do you need a cloaked ship for? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I require a cloaked ship. I would offer a favor. You're asking for a cloaked ship for a favor? Yes. Being a commander of my own ship, I'm asking for a cloaked ship. If your boss doesn't give me one, I'll ask somebody else, and then I'll owe them a favor. So,
We're not exactly captain of a
We're not Picard,
flagship,
no.
no.
But
I'm the leader of the house, but
Anyway, okay.
of
See you
a
in the
high
next-
council house?
no.
No.
Old but resurgent.
Yes.
Yeah. So the next mission I've read, through a little bit of it, will probably end up in combat. It's
Oh,
still
that's
about
good.
dilithium mines, but at least they're going to have some sort of not really Federation influence to keep you from doing that.
Better, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be stuff that's like Klingon claimed, and so you're just going to, less negotiating, more defending, and yeah. So this trilogy of dilithium stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
The dilithium arc.
maybe they were trying to get it right.
So were we going to say then that I filled big shoes to fill in order to when I
Well, you did a lot of good negotiating.
Mm-hmm.
you did some negotiating too, at least with the
Yeah, but none of my values deal with that.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
If the batlith isn't getting watered,
Yeah, watered.
my values aren't getting challenged or
Not every mission is going to,
right.
bring up all this stuff. If it did, it'd be like,
But the only way I'm going to make any progress though is if I try to
yes,
implement
Yes.
these things. So
yes.
Yeah.
Which makes you have to think harder about which ones you pick and which ones will be most applicable
Yeah.
to each mission. Because if you don't really get anywhere. Because I can't apply this.
because we never really thought about like what are the values.
It wasn't even established in the original
Yeah.
version of any of this. So it's like at least they have established something, but whether it's working or not
Yeah.
is another question.
I think those are to agree. I mean, it's giving us, it's making me look at it. Like, how can I use this?
It's like D&D looking at all of your
my ideals.
and stuff.
Yeah, those
never have anything to do with
For
anything.
hunt.
Yeah.
My personality trait is I always have a plan when things go wrong. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
do I as a
The,
player always have a
physical
plan?
book is finally here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when we go back to D&D, that'll probably be the finale of Arcana
Ah.
of the Ancients.
They-
So the full mission is in there. It has a conversion guide on the back to convert to Numenera. There's a dozen new races, a few equipment pieces,
One new playable race.
one playable, which I already talked to on the PDF before we got it. So, and that is all there is to Arcana of the Ancients now.
Unless they decide to come out with more at some point.
Yeah, I guess there is some spin-off thing that is also Numenera that's been converted to. They had another, like Ptolus, I think it was called.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I didn't pledge on that Kickstarter, so I was like, the most interesting stuff was with that.
We personally have 3 viewers. I don't know who the other 2 are. Nobody said anything in chat yet. But hello, whoever you are.
Yes, we've had quite interesting negotiations, which
That's Klingons.
as Klingons, yeah, which you think.
Do you want to put that with yours?
Yeah.
So when it comes time for Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Join us Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Whatever. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Eastern Daylight Time.
Daylight time. Yeah. For our
Eastern
D&D game, Descent into Avernus.
Okay.
Until next time, happy gaming.
gaming.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.